As the last embers of the campfire whispered their goodbyes, John, a seasoned cryptid hunter, stood in solitude, an imposing figure against the backdrop of night's curtain. His silhouette, cast in the dying light, bore the scars of countless encounters with the disturbingly unexplained, making him a man who had looked into the abyss of the inexplicable and emerged as a beacon of resolve. As the night progressed, a biting chill, foreboding in its intensity, slowly draped over him, serving as an eerie herald of the events that were soon to unfold. The wilderness, which he had once considered his sanctuary, seemed to contort and warp, transforming into a complex, inscrutable labyrinth. The darkness grew denser, and the once benign shadows seemed to come alive, performing a macabre dance that drew him further into the heart of the enigma. These somber spectres called him, their whimsical dance beckoning him into a realm that was shrouded in mystery and suspense. This was a realm where the separation between real and surreal was as transient and elusive as the ever-changing hues of a twilight sky. Here in this undefined world, the boundaries of reality and the terrifying realm of nightmares seemed to blur, creating a disorienting illusion reminiscent of the dancing, flickering flames. The trees bore scars, etched with symbols pulsating with a dark, mysterious energy. This forest was a living, breathing puzzle, shrouded in mystery and wrapped in an enigma. The air seemed thick, loaded with hushed whispers that hung like a heavy fog, each one a riddle waiting to be solved. The whispers, they were not just sounds, they were cries, the murmuring of the forest's soul, a plea for freedom, each echoing through the hallowed woods like a ghostly canticle. In this world of cryptic whispers and hidden secrets, moved John, a hunter of elusive truths, a man dared to tread where others feared. His steps, a disruption in the eerily silent world, a violation of the solemnity. The trees around him seemed to be storytellers, their voices, a symphony of age-old agonies, painting an ominous prologue of a tale scripted in the shadows. Each scar, each symbol, each whisper was a piece of the puzzle, a chapter of the cryptic book that John was desperate to decipher, forming the prologue to a story written in shadows. From the obsidian abyss, eyes emerged, cold, unfeeling, predatory. Dark shapes began to move in the inky blackness, each movement calculated and purposeful, stirring the air with a tangible sense of danger. John's heart pounded like a frantic drummer against his ribcage as he scrambled to gather his camera, his breath coming in short, choked gasps. His fingers, trembling like leaves in a violent storm, fumbled clumsily with the device. The lens of the camera caught the eerie, ethereal light reflected in the creature's orbs, the gleam of the abyss mirrored in its eyes. Then the Sasquatch was there, pulled forth from the veil of shadows like an ancient ghost, its eyes a millennia-old testament of secrets never spoken. Its sheer enormity dwarfed John, his sense of insignificance in the face of such a creature magnifying his terror. The forest, once a sanctuary of serenity, was now a malevolent force, its every whisper and rustle echoing the threat of the unknown. John found himself unwittingly thrust into a nightmarish realm, the unwilling hero of a tale spun by fear and survival. In this place, the laws of the civilized world were rendered meaningless, replaced by the raw, unforgiving rules of nature. John, unwittingly thrust into a nightmarish realm, became the protagonist in a story where survival was dictated by primal instincts, and the forest itself was a malevolent force. The forest transformed into a stage for a malevolent ballet. From every corner, it seemed, shadows stretched and twisted, contorting to mimic the grotesque movements of the Sasquatch, a creature of myth and legend. An unsettling sensation of dread washed over every living thing. Panic, like a wildfire, spread fast, each heartbeat seemingly echoing in the silence, adding an eerie rhythm to the symphony of the haunted forest. The once familiar woods now seemed alien, bathed in an eerie glow. The air was no longer air, but a charged field, crackling with an otherworldly energy. It was as if the woods itself had awoken, transformed into a sentient entity that reveled in the orchestration of a chilling, grim dance. The moonlight played tricks on the eye, casting eerie silhouettes on the gnarled bark of ancient trees. John, a mere pawn in this theatre of unspeakable horrors, was ensnared in the tendrils of a nightmarish ballet. where every move led deeper into the twisted corridors of the unknown. In a whirlwind of frenzied desperation, John sought to elude the unyielding chase. The enclosing forest that once provided a haven now grotesquely contorted itself into a disorienting labyrinth of uncertainty. From the veiled depths of the interwoven foliage, distorted figures materialized, their menacing contours illuminated by the moon's eerie glow. These were the relentless pursuers that stalked him relentlessly in this nightmarish spectacle that had become his reality. The idea of escape, in this convoluted maze of towering trunks and gnarled branches, seemed like a cruel, twisted jest from some supernatural entity reveling in his terror. The cruel irony of his situation was not lost on him. John, once the hunter, had now frighteningly transformed into the terrified prey. The forest, an entity he once considered a friend, now seemed to take on a sinister persona, becoming an ominous stage for the unfolding dread. The pervasive darkness was a playground for imagined horrors, every shadow skillfully concealing a lurking terror. Each painstaking step he took, every rustle of the leaves underfoot, seemed to pull him deeper into a well of chilling horror and escalating dread. Yet the forest, once a sanctuary, had now become his inescapable trap. Where every shadow concealed a terror, each step led him deeper into horror. As daylight timidly pierced through the thick canopy, John stood amid the aftermath, a transfixed spectator to the cryptic dance. The enigma known as Bigfoot, no longer confined to folklore, had seamlessly melted into the untouched wilderness. Its abrupt departure left behind an eerie stillness, making the forest seem like an unfathomable mystery, suddenly stripped of its most intriguing puzzle piece. Enigmatic tree etchings, seemingly carved by unseen hands, adorned the landscape, cryptically whispering in a primeval tongue. These cryptograms hinted at truths concealed for millennia, their meanings obscured by time's relentless march. The forest, a canvas of spectral imprints, housed elusive narratives, its vast chronicles painting a tableau of mystery and intrigue. Each leaf held an untold tale, each whiff of the wind, a forgotten lore. Evergreen yet evanescent, the forest's chronicles remained unseen to the human eye, their essence ungraspable by human intellect. It was as if the forest itself, now a canvas of spectral imprints, held the echoes of untold stories. Haunted by the resonance of shadows, John's gaze lingered on the artifacts and the map, deeply absorbed in the mysteries that the forest contained. This forest was no longer a mere picturesque landscape, but it had become an enigmatic realm filled with secrets waiting to be discovered. Shadows danced and played with his senses, each one suggesting the existence of a mystery that was tantalizingly out of reach. There were cryptic clues hidden throughout the forest, each one a potential key to unlocking the vast treasure of knowledge that the forest retained. The forest was not a mere setting any longer, but it had transformed into a living entity, an active participant in this riveting drama that was unfolding before his eyes. The trees seemed to hold hidden messages in their intricate patterns of branches, as if they were trying to communicate with him. The rustling leaves seemed to be whispering tales of a time long past, adding to the symphony of muted sounds that the forest was creating. Every sight, every sound, every sensation was a part of the grand puzzle that the forest was, each one a key to unlocking the treasure concealed within. The resonance of the unknown lingered in every corner, a beckoning call for those willing to unlock the secrets woven into the very essence of the forest. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows, John stood, unyielding. Undeterred by his chilling experiences, he stood on the brink of a new, intriguing journey. The forest, a cloak of enigmas, invited him into its depth again. Hunting Shadows, World of the Sasquatch, was not a mere narrative. It was an introduction to a continuing cryptic saga. Each shadow concealed a promise, and every stride took him deeper into the unfamiliar. Hunting Shadows, World of the Sasquatch, was not just a tale. It was a prelude to an ongoing cryptic saga, where each shadow held the promise of a revelation, and every step forward led to another layer of the unknown. As John disappeared into the depths of the forest, the emblem of the Cryptic Creature Cabinet slowly faded in the dusk. Hunting Shadows, World of the Sasquatch, was more than a mere story. It was a thrilling gate into the uncharted. The cryptic crew's journey, relentless and captivating, continues on, with the enigmatic shadows eagerly awaiting the audacious explorers willing to decode the enigmas hidden within. So, Dear brave souls, keep the flame of curiosity alive, for the journey has only just begun the first step. Until next time, stay vigilant, for the cryptic odyssey has only just begun.